Hello everybody and welcome to Warlords of Sigrdrifa. I don't know why I put that twang on it. Episode 10 anime review. So this episode, it was the prelude to war, we'll call it. That's a good word. Before the actual battle begins again, we had some shenanigans to do with, festival and cheering Azu up and revealing that actually, shock horror guys, Odin was a bad un the whole time. Not too exactly sure what he was after. I've got some ideas. I'll go into it in a little bit when we start proper. But yeah, let's see. Let's get into things, see how everything went down, and do this thing. So we open up with a meeting of all the world leaders, like the beginning. Basically going over what it is they learned, the realm trip that Azu and Claudia learned, the things with the murals, basically. So Odin hid all this stuff from them. It's history, I guess, of the world, but they're calling it Norse mythology. So I guess in this world, Norse mythology wasn't a thing because Odin deliberately hid it from the humans. And then they figured it out, and it actually happened, I guess. So then Odin hijacks their meeting, shows himself with Thor. Turns out Odin's a bad guy. He's like, I gave you ability, reasons, and enemies to fight. Ragnarok is nigh. So my guess is what's going on. Odin is in complete denial that Ragnarok has already happened like it did before, even though it has, but he's in denial of that fact. So he's trying to cause a second Ragnarok to be the first Ragnarok, if that makes sense. So he wants to cause Ragnarok to prove that it's not already happened, which is why he's got the... Basically, why he caused everyone to attack humanity and humanity to fight back. Because Ragnarok, you gotta have a big old fight, apparently. That's what I think. I could be a million miles off. I have no idea. They didn't explain it too terribly well, but my guess is that's what he's after. He wants Ragnarok to prove that Ragnarok hasn't already happened. What lies beyond that? I don't know, Who can say? But it'll be up to the goodies to stop the baddies, as a tale as old as time itself. But first, before we get to our important war meetings, we have Sonika and Miyako in the bath. And why do the bath scenes look? I mean, everything looks good, but why do the bath scenes look so good? I'm not being lewd here. I'm just speaking. It's art, right, guys? It's art. They're gonna have a festival. They have a big old talk. Sonika is a lot happier and stronger now. They're going to have a festival, is the outcome of this big old talk. Miyako's like, yeah, let's have a festival. And I'm just sitting there like, I get it, but aren't you going to war soon? Like, I'm more on Azu's side when we get to that, but, not as moody as Azu. I'd be like, hey, listen, we got to prepare. I get it, though. I do get it. The others are looking over the murals. That's Claudia, Azu, the navigator people, and the captain man. They're looking over the murals to find out more info. 2 weeks. That's their time limit. That's when they're going to refight the pillar, basically, to attempt to defeat... Will that defeat everything? Or will they defeat, Thor's there, but there's other pillars, unless they could kill Odin as well, which they might do. It's weird they've still got the Valkyrie power, right? Because Odin could just take it away. Obviously, he wants them to fight. He doesn't want them to just get slaughtered. He wants them to have a big old scrap. However, because Odin is now not on their side, they can't get any new Valkyries. So what they've got is what they've got. So yeah, don't die is the important thing. Everyone starts doing analysis. All the analyzer people, their keyboards are really obnoxiously loud. Like they're having a conversation. I'm like, what? I can't hear you over the keyboards. Turn it down, lasses. Azu is also like, I gotta try hard for the world's sake. And, Claudia's like, okay, give them hell, basically. Preparation montage all around going on. Claudia, her one-eyed friend, whose name I don't remember. The side characters needed some work in this show. I'll say that, though, because I don't care about Claudia's one-eyed friend. She's up, though, and she's like, I'm not gonna retire, I'm gonna fly again. And Claudia doesn't even try and stop her. She's like, I'll see you out there, Conrad. And it's pretty cool. And my guess is she's going to die. Like, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. She's going to have some sort of heroic sacrifice. Probably going to die. She is number one candidate for a heroic death so far. Then Claudia realizes, hey, Tateyama, it's my home now. It's not just a place I like. It's my home. I live here with my friends and my family. Family are my friends at this point. And I don't want to lose it, so we're gonna win, is the gist of it. Miko goes to wake up Azu and gives her a yukata and brings up the festival and everything. It's like, here's what we're gonna do, Azu, you know, we're having a festival, here's your yukata. And Azu is just like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? You want to have a festival? We are literally at war, girl. What are you thinking? And then Miko is just like, everyone's helping me out though, so, you know, everyone wants to do it. It's cool. You know, I get how much pressure's on your shoulders, but you gotta loosen up sometimes. And Azu is like, you think you know the pressure on my shoulders? I am literally all that stands between complete destruction and victory, you know? I have to do this now, and you're telling me to calm down and have a festival? Azu gets a little bit annoyed, I think it's fair to say. She runs off in the hub, so you have no idea how I feel. And Miko's like, I probably messed that one up, Chief. Probably gotta go deal with that now. Then we get this weird section where it's Miko trying to find Azu, so she's asking different people, but it's like filmed as like an interview, which is weird because from what I can remember, Miko's not even like holding a phone, like filming or anything. It's just a weird choice. I don't really get it. It would have made sense if Miko was shown to be the one filming it, but she never was, as far as I remember. We then go see Sonika, who says, no, I've not seen Azu, and Miko's like, oh, thanks, Sonika, I'm off then. Turns out Sonika was hiding her behind the flowers, the giant flower patch she makes. Make a lot of sense, honestly, if I'm being real about this. Sonika is all like, hey, listen, Azu, people, they want to do this because they want to make memories, they want to look back on those we've lost and everything. I remember Amatsuka, she was smiling and everything, and it's just more basically, yeah, Sonika, she's a lot stronger now than she was before, which is very happy. And she's like, Azu, I want to make memories with everyone, so you're gonna join in. And then Azu's like, I'll take that under advisement. Claudia, then, she comes back from the meeting. She was at a meeting, like, getting all the world leaders to team up or something. It's not too important. I mean, it is, but it was in the montage, so can't be that important. She runs into Miko, and Miko is like, have you seen her? And then Claudia's like, I heard about the festival, let's do this thing. She's all on board at this point. Miko has unwavering faith that Azu will lead them right, will come up with a plan. You know, she has no doubt that Azu will successfully figure out a way to do this. She has a good line where she's like, Azu's real smart and I'm real dumb. So that's just how it works. I didn't word it exactly correct, but it was something along those lines. It was better in context, I promise. And then all this conversation reminds Miko, oh wait, I've got an idea. I think I know where Azu might be. I'm off, Claudia. I'm gonna go deal with that right now. Azu is waiting on this cliff overlooking the sea, and not Claudia, the other one, Miyako, goes to sit next to her and everything. And Azu is like, hey, I know for sure, because I'm real smart. If our next attack fails, humanity is finished. You know, this is an all or nothing attack, basically. And then starts crying a lot, and Miyako is like, you're a crybaby, but you're not a weakling, you know, you're not a weakling, you're just a crybaby. They have some hugs, some shoulder things. It's like, shippers intensify, write that down, all the memes you want. Miyako is like, I'll take half the burden, you don't need to, take the whole weight yourself and everything. And then she's like, hey, we're going to meet at the sea for our festival, that's where we're going to meet. And Azu is like, I'll do it, but you got to help me put on the yukata. They're happy again, they're on the same page. Hopefully none of them die in the final battle. At this point, I don't think we're going to have any important characters die. Is that bad? I feel everyone who I think is going to die is like a side character that I don't really care about. Is that too mean? That might be a little mean, but hey, the main four, I think they're safe, so that's good at least. They do all four of them meet up in their yukata, and it felt kind of weird because it's like, oh, it's a festival episode, but we're about to go to war, so it's like weird. I do think in the end though it was alright, when they get into it properly. We get the festival montage, and that was kind of weird, but it's typical festival stuff. I don't need to go over it. You've seen anime before, you know how this shindig goes down. Miko and Azu split up from the other two. They both are getting into the plane. Why are they getting into the plane? Are they going to do... Well, yes, obviously. Claudia and Sonika are at the beach. They're doing these water lantern things, which it's like to see off the dead kind of. and look to the future. I don't know exactly what it is. I've never done water lanterns, but it looks like a lot of fun. The plane does some fireworks. The one that Miko and Azu are in, they do some fireworks. Claudia does some singing, and everyone is like, yes, listen to the song. And then while she's singing, she realizes, hey, it's not that I like being here with all these people anymore. It's that I want to stay here with all these people, all my friends, all my family. I think I've already done that bit, but hey, yeah. So she's like, we won't die. We're going to fight and live to see another day. It's going to be great. Hopefully they do. I think they will. I think we're going to get a classic good guys win in the ending. But hey, what can you do? Captain sees her crying. She's got tears streaming down her face while she's singing. Incredibly, she's got the tears, but she's got like no lump or anything. She's just singing perfectly fine despite crying. The captain is like, I see those tears. I could do anything for those tears, and not in a creepy way, in like a, you know, my angel kind of way. True to the spirit of the base, we'll have fun and then we'll fight hard, and that is where we ended this week's episode. Like I said, Prelude to War is what it basically was. It was the calm before the storm, kind of, but I've used that title already, so I'm gonna have to think of another one. It should be good. We've got, what, 2 episodes left? I imagine those 2 episodes will be pretty non-stop action because, you know, we've got to attack the pillar. My guess is maybe they'll deal with Thor next week, and then Odin will show up and be like, now you face me, and he'll transform into a giant mecha form too. They'll either defeat Odin or they'll convince Odin that, hey, be a good guy, and then he'll be like, okay, you've won me over. I'd rather they just defeat him though at this point. I don't know though. Maybe I'd like to see maybe why Odin doesn't think Ragnarok's happened yet. Like, he's just in denial, but we don't really know why he's in denial. I'd like to see. Maybe it's just because he's not dead and he's like, well, I'm still here, so therefore it couldn't have happened. Who knows? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But for right now, what was my favorite part of this week's episode? Let's have a look. So this episode, I thought it was just alright at best, but my favorite part of it was the stuff they did with Azu. Obviously, Azu over the last few weeks has had a lot of pressure be put on her shoulders from varying sources, and yeah, it's to see the pressure actually get to her is obviously a thing that would happen, and it's good to see. And then of course Miyako is best when she's like she is the pressure reliever. She does it a lot through this series. Like, everyone else is feeling down or they're feeling the pressure, and then Miyako is there to help them pick them back up, and I think that is her job, and she does it well, you know. I think on her own I don't think much of her, but when in conjunction with everyone else, I think she's a decent addition to the cast. I think she does a good job. She's too happy normally for me to give too much of a care, but in moments when it picks the others up, it's a good thing. That's what I think anyway. So that was this week's episode. 2 episodes left, as I said. Looking forward to seeing it. Hopefully we get some cool plane fights. This anime has had good fights. Yeah, you can say, yeah, but CG, and I'm like, shut up, it was good CG. But yeah, looking forward to seeing how it goes down. Will anyone die? Not anyone important, I don't think so, but I'd love to be proven wrong. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a subscribe and stuff for more reviews, and comment what you think is going to happen. I love reading people's comments. Even if I don't mention them, I do read them all, and they make me happy to see. So yeah, I'll see you next week for another episode of this. So take care, and bye guys.